What is up, Kings and Queens fam? I hope everyone is having a blessed and tremendous day. Welcome to episode number five. And today I want to introduce to you guys another special guest who goes by the name of Obee. Obee, how you doing?
I'm fine. How are you?
Hey, so you had a pretty good day today?
Yeah, it's been really good. Got a lot of work done.
Okay. And so tell the Kings and Queens fam where you're from, born and raised and all that.
Hey, Kings and Queens. I'm Obee Rouletté. And I was born in Jackson, New Jersey. That's actually where I was born and raised.
Okay.
We moved around a couple of times, lived in Atlanta, lived in Nigeria for 2 years. So
Nice job, Dave.
I know, for the fam, for the fam in Nigeria. And then we moved to Texas, and this has been a really great journey since I've gotten here. Mm-hmm.
That's awesome. And how is it? Because right now you live in Texas.
Yeah, I'm from Texas.
And how is the comparison in terms of where you were before, where you were born?
Ooh, okay. So Jersey and New York are like brother and sister.
Okay.
It's like 15 minutes away. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Like anybody in New Jersey can like go to work in New York the same day because it's just that quick. Like all it is this like 15 minutes away from New Jersey.
Yeah.
So, well, depending on the part that you're in, but the area that we were in, it wasn't that far. So the fashion over there was more street. Like you looked pretty much like you were I don't know, like walking the street or the runway
Mm-hmm.
and really casual, dressed down clothes, but you put it together really nice.
Yeah.
And that's something that I really liked when I lived over there. Is
Awesome.
that it was a different type of style, and then when I moved over here to Texas, it was like completely different. It's like I didn't even I didn't expect to see. Well, at first I thought I was gonna run into some cowboys and
Yeah, that's what
cowgirls.
everyone thinks. Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. But then I was like, okay, what is Texas about? And we got here, and it was just like everybody else, with a little bit of swang or a little bit of attitude. And it was like, it was just different to me because over in Jersey or New York, like I don't know, it was just a different vibe. I wasn't. If I had an attitude over there, I didn't really know. I was just living my life. But over here, Texas,
completely different.
It was completely different. So it was just a different vibe that I had to adjust to.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna lie, like I love it. I think majority of the stuff I have in my closet is like you can see like 2 cowboy hats. I have cowboy hats in my room, girl.
You got cowboy boots?
No cowboy boots.
Okay.
But I love ponytail heels, and I think they were inspired by cowboy boots, by the way.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Nice. And what is it that you do right now? Like I know you're currently in school.
Yeah.
What's your major? Are you working?
Oh, okay. So I'm currently studying retail management here at Texas Tech.
Okay, Texas Tech University.
So, yes, at Texas Tech University. So with that degree, I have been moving around from like sales and marketing to buying and different executive positions that can help me understand the works of how it is to run your own business.
Okay.
Or if you want to get into e-commerce, which is pretty much selling your own company or building a website and selling products on the website, they pretty much teach you the steps and what it is that it takes to perform these actions and put it out in the world.
Okay.
So that's the best part about my degree, because I feel like it applies to my life so much right now that not only am I learning, but I'm applying from every single thing that I've taken from these courses.
Okay, nice. And what is the name of your brand?
The name of my brand is Roulette A Nu. It's a clothing brand that is inspired by a woman on edge, and I just kind of describe her as a woman of confidence. She's really confident. She's sexy, but she has an edge. Like she has a little bit of a a little dressed down to her. Like it's not always a girly girl look. It's like she can be a little edgy sometimes.
Yeah.
So that's just how I kind of describe the company. But we're also coming out with a men's collection with Roulette A Nu. It's gonna be amazing. Like
Sheesh.
my boyfriend's my boyfriend's actually very fashionable and he inspires me so much and is the reason why we decided to run this company together. And we've been working together to put on this or produce this website and drop it April 15th. So you're actually lucky for this podcast because it's not until April 15th. So we're dropping our website April 15th. So be on the lookout, everyone. And it's going to be great, you know, because the both of us are really talented in what we do. And right now we're just making moves.
That's awesome. That's the best way to do it, and
Hmm.
it's really great that you actually have your boyfriend doing it with
Hmm.
you. I know most people can't say that they can have their significant other,
Hmm.
be able to plan that out with them.
Yeah.
Where did the name Roulette I knew come from?
So the name Roulette I knew came from, I would say myself.
Okay.
When I was growing up, there was like, you know, I'm gonna start it from the beginning because I feel like for everybody that knows how this goes, as
Yeah.
far as like when you kind of brand yourself, it's like it started from a really young age. You just kind of had to figure out what name you wanted or something.
Okay.
So like I guess it was like I was a little bit younger, probably in like high school, and I was just kind of looking for a name to like add to my handle because I was like, okay, my name's Obee, but like Obee what?
Hmm.
And then I didn't
You
I
didn't want your
didn't
last
know.
name?
Okay, I love my last name, but
Uh-huh.
I was like, I was like, I don't know, like I want to keep that confidential. Like I don't want everybody to know
Yeah,
that my
exactly.
name is
Privacy.
Obi Naduka. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
privacy. Like I was like, that's me. But
Hmm.
for the social media, for the what did they used to say for the vines, but
Yeah. Yeah.
for the gram and everything, like
Hmm.
I was like, I think I want to do like Obee Roulette. I don't know. Like during that time, I was getting into fashion. I
Hmm.
was growing into myself. I really started to understand what I wanted to be in life. And I just started doing a lot. Like I was getting into fashion. I was buying a lot of different statement pieces. And that was just things that I liked to do. Like other people liked to run track or other people like to play basketball
Yeah.
or, you know, do cheerleading. I don't know, whatever it was that your sport was. I just liked fashion. I liked going shopping. I liked going to get really nice clothes. So that was something that I liked to do. And that really inspired me to kind of do something that was different but could define me.
Okay.
And when I was researching a couple of things, I think like one of the songs that was trending at that time was Rihanna, Russian Roulette. It was something like that.
Okay.
Yeah. And I just like the roulette. I thought the roulette part looked cool. I don't
Yeah, it
know.
does. It does look
That
cool.
was
It's
me.
live.
So I was like, okay, I put that together. I don't know, I was trying a bunch of things and I put that together and I liked it saying Obee Roulette. So after I did that, I kind of used that name to be a brand and I used that to help me also with my fashion because it was an interesting name tagged to a woman that really likes nice fashion.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, wow.
So that's kind of what I did. And when I started getting into like the specific of what I want to do, like what do I like? Is it going to be a fashion show? Is it going to be a makeup artistry? Is it going to be a clothing brand? I had so many ideas
Yeah.
because I was interested in so many things. As I started growing up, I started learning how to do makeup, and I did makeup really well. It was I would say better than most. I wouldn't say I was perfect.
Okay.
I am not a makeup guru. I can't do what they do, but I would I would definitely pay one if you would love to beat my face, ladies.
Hey.
But um but I loved doing that stuff. Like I loved doing makeup, I loved doing my hair, I loved dressing up. So I figured if I were gonna do a brand and I were gonna start a company, it was gonna be surrounded by the things that I loved doing. So I started off small with makeup. I started off small with makeup, and when I started off small with makeup, I got a lot of customers to come out to our little makeup classes, and we would teach them how to do makeup. And the first class went great.
Yeah.
Women literally went home with a beat face, and it was cute because they were following the
A beat
instructions.
face. What does that mean for the Kings and Queens fam? Not everybody might know the terminology. What does beat mean?
A beat face is a face that looks amazing when you
Okay.
take a picture.
Mm-hmm.
You're like, wow, I look great.
Okay.
And not that you can't embrace who you are in your own skin. Listen, ladies, I love my skin. I look in the mirror all the time. I'm like, wow, you're glowing. Like, I tell myself this, but at the same time, sometimes you like to dress up. Sometimes you like to look nice.
For
And
sure.
you should be able to, you should be able to love yourself both ways if you want to. So if you put on makeup and you feel great, we want you to feel beat. Like, we want you to look in the mirror and be like, damn, this is a beat. Like, I'm glowing and and my contour looks great.
Yeah.
Like, that's what we want to hear when we say
Confidence.
your
Yeah.
face is beat. Like, we want you to have confidence and know that you look gorgeous,
Yeah,
and
that's very
just,
important.
love yourself. So, that's something that I started off with. And it was nice because, women love makeup. That's the biggest market. And you start off with women that are inspired to learn. So you get them so young and you get them old. And they're interested. They love to learn how to do makeup. They want to know more. They want to know how you know how to do your eyebrows. It doesn't matter if there's 3,000 other women doing eyebrows. They like the way you do it, so they want
Yeah.
to see how you do it.
Mm-hmm.
And this is why they come out and they support. And that's all how it started. I started really small with makeup, and we're teaching, different women of all races how to do their makeup. And that was so fun for me because
Yeah.
it was like women were at a state of vulnerability. Like, every woman came in with a bare face, ready to beat their face for the night. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, they came in like with nothing, natural beauty, and you're able to meet everybody at that same level. And we sit down and step by step, we teach you how to do your makeup. And that's just one section. That's the section for the women that want to participate.
Okay.
And there's another section for women to sit down and take notes. So as they're sitting down and taking notes, they can just listen and watch how others do it, and realize steps that they might be missing in their makeup process and stuff like that. So it was so fun being able to like teach women that wanted to learn how to do something that they've never done before. I think that's so fun because I feel like for every lesson that you learn in life, you're not supposed to just sit on it. You're not supposed to just soak in all the information and just let it sit there. You're supposed to apply. You're supposed to apply every single thing you learn. Put it out in the world. See how well you are at it. Take risks.
That's true. That's true.
That's how it starts.
What made you get into fashion in the first place? Like, is this something you envisioned yourself doing since you were a kid?
Yes, it actually was. I don't even know why, but when I was a little girl in Jackson, New Jersey, I would sit down in my room and reconstruct my own clothes because they didn't fit me. They were too big sometimes. So I would take them to the back of my room and I would like cut them up and sew them back to my size and make them cute. I might add like little bit of like jewelry to it. I don't know. It was just cute. It was cute when I was a little girl. And then I also like put my own brand. It was like MS. It was called Miss Fabulous. Like, that's what I called myself when I was little, Miss Fabulous.
Miss Fabulous.
So yeah, I don't know. That was my brand when I was little.
Okay.
But so when I started growing up, I was like, I remember that little girl who had that dream of having her own, website or fashion show or brand. And I was like, I still want to do that.
Yeah.
I got into college and I actually thought I was gonna do biology.
Wow.
I started off taking biology because I loved, all that CSI and like bones, and I wanted to be a forensic pathologist at some point, which is completely the opposite of a fashionista.
Yeah.
Like I would be, I would be working with a corpse. Like that was something that I wanted. That was something that I wanted to do, but at the same time, I was like, I don't think that is what I want to do.
Yeah.
You know, it might make me money, but that's not what I want to do. I don't want to do that. So that's where I decided that, you know, I don't think I want to learn this anymore. And unfortunately, it took me a couple of years to realize that I didn't want to pursue this anymore.
Okay.
And then I changed my major and I changed it to retail management. And that's where it all started because it helped me focus on me and my brand.
Definitely.
I don't know about other students. I don't know if they applied it the same way that I did, but I just know that when I joined retail management, I already had my mindset that I wanted to start a clothing company. I wanted to start branding myself outside of just me as a fashionista. I wanted companies. I wanted a fashion show. I wanted a makeup artistry, and I wanted a clothing brand. So I started doing that like the moment I started, and that's how it started. And I don't know, I just feel like I I was able to build my interests and my dreams and put them all together, and it just helps one another because with the makeup artistry, I get them and those classes and those makeup artists contacts to work with me for the fashion show. So that's a win-win.
Okay.
And for the website, the clothing gets to be on the runway. So I just think that it's a really good opportunity for me and my boyfriend because as young professionals in our 20s,
Yeah.
we're trying to make big moves and
For sure.
not, you know, and it's not just like big moves where I'm saying, oh, I want to start a lemonade stand. No, I'm thinking big where I need sponsorships, I need vendors, I need others, I need helpers, I need supporters, I need backstage, I need people to help, you know, like I need people to help me
Yeah.
put this together so that we can all create this vision that we want to see. Because I feel like without a team,
I was gonna ask you that. Yeah.
yes,
Yeah. I was gonna ask you that.
this is the biggest thing, the biggest thing.
Okay.
Without a team, there's nothing, okay? I understand a lot of entrepreneurs start as the leader.
Yeah.
This is
Solo.
where we start.
Mm-hmm.
Solo dolo.
Okay.
And you're doing all these things by yourself. Most of the time, you're putting others into positions and you're comfortable that way. You're comfortable being the leader. But whenever you get to a higher position, you're working with other leaders, okay? Every single person in your face is an entrepreneur. Every single person is running that same race. So you just need to stand out. And what your job is to do is to perform, play your role. If you're added to a team, if anyone asks you to be a part of an organization, you play that role to the best of your ability because you want to be able to be called back. You don't want to be able to be called an employee or a teammate that didn't work well with others or made everybody else do the work and you sat back and chilled while, you know, other people were putting in work to get the job done. You don't want to be that person.
Yeah.
You know, you don't want to be that person because if you are that person, you're not going to be an entrepreneur. You don't aspire to be an entrepreneur. And that's just being honest because in order to be an entrepreneur, you lead, you stand out, and you know, help others. Like you join the team. It's all about teamwork. And when you learn how to work within a team, you realize that you need every single person. Every single person is a part of what makes the experience. Every single person, because every single person comes with a different background, comes with a different skill, comes with a different creative mind. And they add that to it. It's so beautiful. If you think about it and you really want to start something, I'm telling you, it's beautiful. It's beautiful to have a team of like-minded people because you get the job done and you get it right and it looks good. So don't feel like because you've been a solo dolo person for 5 years and you've been running this business by yourself, that you got it. You got it. You right. You got it. You've been doing it. And congratulations to you. But if you want it to go bigger, if you want it to be bigger than yourself, you go get a team of like-minded people, of like-minded leaders. You keep contacts. You don't burn bridges. You make sure that for the people that you knew in your life and you knew that they were really great at what they did and they had a passion for what they loved, that you go back and help them or ask them, would you like to be a part of this? Because it's all about helping and building and giving back. You don't sit, I'm going to say this again, you don't sit on the lessons that you learn. You apply them. You live and you learn to apply them every single day.
That's so true.
That's how I feel.
For someone who also wants to get into fashion or start up their own brand, would you say they need to have a certain type of look? Because I know in today's society, a lot of people are judged like based off of their own appearance. Like, what are your thoughts on that?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Okay.
I will not say that because you have to look like you dress nice or you buy expensive clothes, you wear Gucci, Saint Laurent. Like, no, I'm not going to say that because you wear that stuff, you should be an entrepreneur. No, I'm saying that if you have the mind, the confidence, the boldness to step out of your comfort zone and lead and start something that you love to do, you will be successful at it. You just have to you have to build your brand. You have to let people know that you take yourself seriously. If people are always hee ha, like laughing with you, and they don't take you seriously because they think that you don't take yourself seriously, they're not gonna support you the way that you want. You have to take yourself seriously. You have to let them know, this is my company, this is my brand. I don't take it as a joke. And you embody this. You give off this aura that you represent yourself in a well manner. You don't want to be seen as, something else. So you have to, be able to put yourself in a position where you show that you want to lead. And by leading by example, others will see. And the first thing that's going to happen when you lead by example is, let's be honest, you're going to fail. Okay, you're gonna fail. It's fun. It's fun to say that I did it. It's fun. I mean, you did it. Congratulations, and I'm proud of you. But you failed. You failed because you knew there was other ways and there was other things that could have been done better. So your job this time is kind of just to learn from your mistakes. So you put yourself out there, you learn from your mistakes, and you come back harder than you ever have. And you kill it the next time, and the next time, and the next time. And that's just all what entrepreneurship and the journey of risk taking is about. Because if this is what you love, if this is what you want to do, you got to take risks.
Facts.
No one said that you're going to live a comfortable life that's going to be the same every day. It's not. You're taking risks. You're going to be thrown up in the air and only God knows what's going to catch you. So you just take risks and say yes. For opportunities that you don't know if you want to do, I'm going to say yes. I've worked with a company called J. Carolyn and Co. I'm going to talk about them because I think that they were one of the most important people that I've met in my life as far as now. So I worked with a company called J. Carolyn and Co. and they were absolutely great. It was a branding and graphic designing company, and they were young women in their 20s around this time, I believe 25, 27, 26.
For the Kings and Queens listening. Okay.
Dallas, Texas.
Dallas, Texas.
Yes. So these women were Black women, entrepreneurs, beautiful, following their dreams. And I was supportive. I wanted to see them grow. So they asked me to be an intern, and I said yes. I went to go intern for them. It didn't matter that they were not a private company. They weren't Walmart. They weren't what's it called, Louis Vuitton. It didn't matter. I wanted to work with a company that was in support of Black women building their brand. That's what I wanted. So I worked with them. Oh my gosh. And even though I was pretty young and a little naive,
Yeah.
I did, I did learn a lot because everything that I learned then, I'm applying now. They taught me how to do photo shoots. They taught me how to set up a photo shoot. They taught me how to book a photo shoot. They taught me how to get, people together, contact people by email, professionalism. I was answering emails at like 17, 18. Yeah, 17, 18 years old. I was answering emails for their company for quite a long time. And yeah, I was working for them and I was learning a lot of how it is to run your own business as a young entrepreneur because I was basically like shadowing them or their assistant. So it was really nice to me to be able to sit back door and learn from a lot of the things they've done because if you see these girls now, they are making moves. My photographer Cindy B, that's Cindy B to you, but her name is Cindy Brown, and
Okay.
she is taking photos for Monica Brown, Kelly Rowland, all these. Yes, all these.
Sheesh.
I know, and I'm over here like, absolutely, I am a fan. Like,
Yeah.
I am so proud of you. Keep going, because that's what she wanted to do. Like,
Definitely.
this is, and she started small in her own little company. And I was there supporting, and I'm still supporting.
Yeah.
And also, my makeup artist DJ working with the Clarity House right now, absolutely flawless. I had her even do the makeup for my brother and his wife's wedding. Like, I loved their company so much that I referenced them out like it's nothing. Like,
Wow.
but that's how it works. When it comes to entrepreneurship, you want others to be supportive. You want to perform well. You want to do great work. You want to put out great things so that people remember you and they reference you for the future, because this is good for your brand.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think that because they did such a great job of me learning, we did so much things from vision boards to like for our own company photo shoots. Like, it was so cute. Like, it was absolutely cute. I learned so much from them, and I wanted others to be able to experience that. Like, so if somebody said, "Hey, do you know a makeup artist that I can use for my wedding?" Yes, exactly. I know a woman named DJ Ivory. Here's her contact information. Or I know a photographer named Cindy Brown.
Yeah.
Here's her information.
It's
I
all
went
about
ahead and gave them.
definitely.
I went ahead and gave them right along because they did great work.
Yeah, it's about
And
helping
that's
each other
all.
out.
Oh, absolutely. And that's all it's about. And that's why I love, the entrepreneurship life so much
Yeah.
because you support others like you. That's the point of it all. If you're out here in this entrepreneurship world thinking that you're going to just go and skyrocket with yourself and like not have anybody help you, I think you might be a little like you might not understand what it takes, like, because you need others, you
Yeah, it
need the
takes a lot.
support.
It takes a
It
lot.
takes a lot. It takes a lot. It takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of long nights. You staying up. You might not eat, but
Might not sleep.
you might not
Yeah.
sleep. But don't kill yourself. 2018. Like,
Hey,
don't kill yourself. Eat. Wake
yes.
up. Eat your breakfast. Make sure you eat. That's the main thing. But just stay focused and pay attention to what you want and go for it.
Yeah.
Drive as fast as you can and don't stop, because the biggest thing that people have holding them back is a lack of confidence.
Mm.
Like, they don't think that they can do it because they're scared to, do something different, do something they've never done. But that's the whole point. You're supposed to step out of your comfort zone. It's okay to be uncomfortable. You're supposed to be.
Yeah.
You're supposed to. get comfortable being uncomfortable. Yeah. So that you can learn from different situations. You're supposed to get better. You're supposed to want to learn every single day. You're not supposed to just, chill and figure out what's happening next. No, you're supposed to want to know more, ask questions, be curious, ask, seek, and apply. So that's just something I would advise to an entrepreneur or anybody seeking to be an entrepreneur, because it's not hard. Like, if you have the skills and you have the drive and you know this is what you want to do with the confidence. If you have it all, if you have the package, go do it. Like, that's my advice. But if you feel like, excuse me, but if you feel like you might not like, taking leadership positions or being held accountable for your own actions, or you don't know if you like working in teams, you still like your everyday go to sleep, wake up, eat breakfast life, that, like, if you think that that's what you're comfortable doing, great. But, like, everyone has a different path, and you shouldn't look at it like, because I'm doing this, I'm crazy or I'm different. No, no one's different. Everyone's pretty much the same. Like, everybody pretty much does the same thing. It's just a simple question of, do you want to be a leader and start your own company, or do you want to work for someone? And at the end of the day, you're going to do one or the other, or you might do both. I'm still aspired to learn, and I want to be able to work with top brands like Balmain or Louis Vuitton. I'm coming for Virgil. And like, I'm coming. I would like I would like to experience what it is to own a company of a luxury brand. Like, I would love that. So I would love to learn. And if I can, learn from them and be able to use that and apply it to my company, that's what it's about. So it's one or the other, or it's both. And the decision is up to you.
So, Kings and Queens fam, as you guys can see, Obee has a great passion for clothing, fashion, makeup, everything. She does everything. And I just want to ask you, like, I know you said you hold events and everything like that. How has that helped you grow as a businesswoman? And, like, how would a typical day of, like, a day in the life of Obee be?
A day in the life of Obee. I'm actually always in my room, either on my either on my computer, typing up emails, sending it out, coming up with plans, trend watching. Oh yeah, for events, you got to trend watch. You got to figure out what's going on, what's trending, and keep up with it. Because the more you keep up with it, the more that life has to offer. To be very honest, because I'm into makeup artistry, I pay attention to who does really nice makeup around the local area, and I ask them to host my makeup classes. So if you are an aspiring makeup artist and you want to be able to step out into your comfort zone and show others your makeup artistry so that you can put your brand out there, I have a platform for you. I have a platform where you're able to come and present your makeup artistry, and I just literally give you the show. I give you the venue. I give you the products. I give you, the setup. Like, I give you the tickets. Like, I give you everything, and you just come and you perform. So that's something that I really enjoyed doing. And for fashion, it's like I can just pay attention to, the different things that people are wearing around campus or wearing in Dallas or across the world. Since we have social media, you just pay attention to what's going out there. And you don't have to really like everything. Your job isn't to just throw everything into what you like and then try to, start a company with that. No, it's just, you still have your own style. You can trend watch, but be original. Keep your own style, and try and make that a brand if you can. Don't copy, don't, follow what everybody else is doing, because you're probably just gonna be like a needle in a haystack. You're just gonna just be there and nobody's really gonna notice you. So the moment you kind of like figure out like, okay, so this is kind of what's going to be happening because this is what these designers are releasing. What am I going to do? How am I going to style my clothes? So you just keep in mind if denim is trending, how can you make denim look great? Like how can you add denim in your style that you think would be nice? You just create your own look and voila. If you're a really good designer.
And your
So
in your events, are you the one that's in charge of how the models, their clothing, their makeup? Are you in charge of all that?
oh yes, absolutely.
Wow.
Because I feel like I have a vision
Okay.
and it's very clear. It's been clear, so I don't really tamper with it too much. So when it comes to putting everybody in order, I let the makeup artists know this is the look that I'm going for the models. For the designers, I let them know that this is the theme that the fashion show is going to be about. And for the clothing brand, I just pretty much design the pieces, shop for the pieces myself. So for the women's section to be specific. So that's where it's pretty much a lot of responsibility, but I love it. It's what I do. It's what I love, and it's fun.
Wow. And in terms of social media, would you say that's helped you expand your business or reach more people?
Yes, so social media has definitely helped me expand and reach more people because it's like a completely different level of communication.
Hmm.
You know, communication always it started from word of mouth. Like you would be able to walk up to somebody and say, "Hey, here's this thing," or "I'm having this event. Come here." Then it was sending out papers and flyers, an email. But now it's like you can talk to everybody at once at the same time in the world and let them know this is what I'm doing. And they can share to their friends that are within your area. Like everybody knows what you're doing pretty much.
Yeah.
And they support. They support. They see what you're doing and they send you messages like, I'm inspired. I love it. I see what you're doing and I support you. Like, and it makes everything so much better because not only are you really doing what you love, but you have people who are watching you and who are supporting you. And when they watch you and support you, all you want to do is make sure that you're a good representation of yourself. You don't want to look like a woman who doesn't have her things together or has no idea of what she wants to do in her life. You want to be a woman with a mission.
Hmm.
So if you present yourself as someone who is on the go, but not on the go to go to a club or a party, on the go to like handle some business, if you present yourself as that woman, people will take you seriously.
And what would you say your passion is out of all the different things you're involved in, makeup, clothing, modeling? Is there one thing that stands out, or does everything kind of fall underneath like the same umbrella, so to speak?
I think the most thing that stands out will be my fashion.
Okay.
I love clothes and I'm very creative. I'm very artsy. I've been artsy for a very long time.
Okay.
So I'm very creative to the point where not only do I love to inspire with clothing, but I have an art side where it's like I'm crafty with visuals. I love different scenic places. So I kind of combined fashion with art, if
Okay.
you can say.
Yeah.
But that's just what I love.
Hmm. And
Hmm.
how do you find balance in your life though? Because balancing school with your business, with your family, relationship, boyfriend, that's a lot. So for like the kings and queens fam, if someone's trying to do something that you're doing, and they might find difficulty in one of those categories, what kind of advice would you say on how you find yourself to balance all that together?
Well, I would say that my life is different, okay?
Yeah, and yeah,
It just so happens that everyone in my life and my family is very supportive and is also interested in the same thing. So it makes life a lot more easier. Like for me and my family, we love fashion.
yeah.
So my brother and his friends have a company called Corner Store and they do fashion. They sell merchandise. They
Okay,
they also have parties. They have really nice events sold out in London actually last summer. Like I'm actually extremely proud of them. So
yeah.
this is something that they do as well. And because I'm in relation, like this is my sibling, this is my brother, it makes things really easy because I get help and support from him too. I ask him for advice. What does he think about this? What does he think about that? And he gives me advice, based off of the history and experiences he's gone through. And it makes things perfect because, you always want help from someone. It's great to, ask for advice from experts and people who already have been in that position before. You just take notes and you make sure you write these things down because you don't want to get yourself in a bad position. A lot of people like to experience it for yourself, but why waste time? If you can listen to somebody that has great advice, just listen, jot that down, and do what's right. But I get help from my siblings. My sister, she's very, very helpful. If I needed a fill in or somebody to help me with doing someone's hair, someone's makeup, and I was like, I'm putting on an event and I really need a help backstage, my sister would step in. She's like, I got you. That's how supportive my sisters are. Or they might even come and support and come to the show, buy a ticket. Buy a ticket, not ask for me to give them a free ticket. They would purchase a ticket in support of,
I like that, yeah.
my event, you know what I'm saying? So they are very, very supportive. Also, my brother in LA, who's he does a lot of Hollywood videos, and he also is into really good fitness. His fitness is amazing. He's on a different level. So so he is really into stuff like that too. So he's just very supportive of letting us know what it is to do and what it is not to do. And I just love that anyone I ask for help, from as far as my mother, my father, my brothers, my sisters, everyone's there and everyone's there to support. So I'm in constant communication with my family. I make sure that they know what I'm doing, when I'm having a show, what day my website's releasing. I let them know this information so that they are aware and they can also let other people know too.
So they're having a supportive, and they're very supportive, like you're saying. And
very, very supportive.
That makes everything easier for you in a sense as well, because you're able to relate your ideas back to them. You could really say they're your role models, right? Would you say?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh, I was trying to say my mother, she gives me so much great advice because growing up, she actually was a model too.
Wow,
I forgot that at some point. I was pretty young, so I forgot that she was a model. But when I was reminded, I was like, she's done this before. She's the OG. So I was like, okay, so whenever she would talk to me and she would tell me to set goals or do this or do that. And I would take a note, and I would take her advice. And she even took me shopping one time to go look for the products and companies that I needed to help sponsor. She went out with me to do these things. That's how supportive my mother is. And I loved it because she not only taught me what it was, to be a leader and take up these roles, but she's experienced it as well. So she just throws me advice whenever I need it. And it's beautiful. Same as my dad. He's into business as well. So it's so much easier being able to be involved with a family that understands you and what you love doing, and they're supportive. It's amazing. And we're able to support each other because everybody's not starting a company. Some others have different interests and are pursuing different things, but it doesn't matter what you're doing. We still support you. And that's where the backbone starts, my family. And then I have friends, really good friends, my best friend named Josie. She's honestly a dime, if I can call it as it is. She's a dime. And she literally was my first inspiration. And I loved it because I remember the day that I talked to her and I was telling her that I had so many ideas that were on my chest and I just didn't know what to do with it. And she was like, write them down. And I was like, okay. But and I'm like, but I don't know, what else? I don't even know where to start. She was like, put it in your calendar. set goals.
Yeah.
Make sure that when you tell yourself this is what you want to do, you take every single day to work on it and to work towards it. And the moment you start that, you don't stop.
Big time.
And I was like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
What a friend. Like, how can God bless me with such amazing people like this? And that's why I love it, because I feel like the people that I surround myself with, or I have surrounded myself with, all like have this same ambiance, or they all want the same thing, and they're so supportive, and it's amazing, you
It helps
know.
you too.
So absolutely, it's motivational. The
It's
more
crazy,
you see, the more you see people driving and going for what they love and what they want to do, the more you step up and fit into your shoes, because you got to tighten up and go. You can't just sit there and think that things are going to fall in your lap and someday something's going to happen. No. It starts with you. If you want to do something, you take your 2 feet and you walk and you start going, and eventually you will run, and maybe one day fly. But but just know that it starts with you, and that's the beauty of it. And you know, when you have motivational friends and support, with a support system and a backbone, your family that has your back in every step that you're taking, giving you advice, motivating you, helping you, you know, you already know that you're blessed. And not only that, but my boyfriend, like I have a beautiful boyfriend that is like my rock. Like we're the same person, if I can say, if I can explain it, we're the same person. And he just understands me.
That's awesome.
And I understand him. And we just want to be able to build and help each other grow. So what more can I ask for in life if I'm really going to ask? If I'm really going to...
Surrounding yourself with great people, that helps. And
it's awesome.
Your family, your boyfriend, all that, it comes together as one. That's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
What future goals would you say you have, I guess, for yourself in terms of your brand? You know, do you have a specific time frame you want to get things done, or is it like kind of going with the flow every day?
So my short-term goals are the goals that I set daily, and my long-term goals are the goals that I look forward to. Like I set a date, but I start small. I work weekly with the projects that are up ahead, the ones that are coming closer. So I would just say that for the dates, I have a couple of things that are coming this month. June 9th, I have a fashion show, Roulette A Nu fashion show that's going to be this summer. Girls and guys, men and women. It's going to be a beautiful event. I think you should be there. It's going to be amazing. And I have a really great group of people I'm working with. So we got a lot in store for you guys. So I think you should be there at the fashion show. And it's going to be this June 9th in Dallas, Texas. Also, I have our website releasing this April 15th.
What's the name of your website?
The website is called Roulette A Nu.
Okay.
So basically, the Roulette A Nu is a clothing brand that's going to have a lot of luxury, designer, and really nice, edgy women and men clothing. So it's going to be a really nice place for you to shop when you want to get something that's detailed in your closet. It's not going to be something that's everyday, casual wear where you can, you know, run outside and play in the garden with. It's going to be something that you wear to an occasion, to an event when you go out. It's going to be something you love in your closet. So our clothes are going to be releasing on April 15th, and I'm really excited for that because the team and the women that I've worked with are honestly amazing. And I just wish you could see the work that we have, but can't say anything.
Yeah, gotta keep it hush.
Gotta keep it hush. It's a surprise. Okay. So you see what you see if you follow us. So if you want to follow us on Instagram, we have our fashion show page. It's called Roulette A Nu times fashion show. That's FS. And then we have Roulette A Nu, the clothing brand. And you can follow me, Obee Roulette, anytime you want.
Okay.
So
that's awesome. So in terms of the Kings and Queens fam tuning in right now, what advice would you give them for someone who doesn't know what their passion is? What could you say to kind of help them in that aspect?
Ooh, who doesn't know their passion? I would say if you don't really have an idea of what your passion is, think about what you like to do. That's how it starts. Okay. If you want to start small, think about what is it that you do. If you like to bake and whip up a meal, start a bakery. If you like to write notes or journalism, take different I'm trying to think of the word. Yeah. If you like to write notes and write stories of, people, places, things, be a journalist. Like, start writing, start a blog. There's things out there in this world that can help you build your brand. If you want to sell jewelry, start a company, buy jewelry, build jewelry, design jewelry. Like, all these resources are here. All you need to do is find them. If you don't seek, if you don't ask, you won't find. So that's actually the first thing you need to do is step out of your comfort zone and just find, seek, ask, look. Because the moment you start performing and figuring out, okay, this is what I like to do, this is what I want to continue doing, and maybe I want to start this as a company, you start investing in yourself and you save. And that's where everything else falls in place.
I like that answer. Mm-hmm. So yeah, thanks. So I just want to say thank you so much for coming on the podcast. Thank you for the advice you've been given, and also one more time. I want you to shout out all your platforms so everyone that's listening can follow you. One more time.
Okay, so hi everybody. Again, this is Obee Roulette coming to you here live. And my first platform is Obee Roulette if you would like to follow me on Instagram. We also have a fashion show page called Roulette A Nu times fashion. So that's going to be Roulette A Nu XFS. And then we have Roulette A Nu, the clothing brand. So if you would like to follow us on both or all three of those, you are more than welcome.
That's awesome. And you put your personal IG on there too?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Okay. Right. Y'all are gonna follow me.
Yeah, you guys will see once you see her Instagram page, you'll see that it just screams fashion, modeling. Like she does it all. And I just want to say that everyone that's tuning in and continues to listen to these episodes, I want to say that I love each and every single one of you, and I really thank you guys as well, because each episode we have, like, the family grows a little bit more. And it's
great.
Yeah, and it's humbling to see that. And secondary to that, like, I thank you, Obee, again for coming on and sharing your story and advice with all of us, because I know it's going to help somebody out there that's, maybe wants to do the same thing you're doing. You never know. Yeah. Do you have any last words you'd like to say to the Kings and Queens fam? Anything?
The last thing I would love to say to the Kings and Queens fam is be bold, be confident, and love yourself. The moment you love yourself and you start investing in you, other people will realize your worth.
Perfect.
That's it.
Perfect. Hey, that's perfect. That's perfect. I also, I said, I'll make sure to include all of her contact information in the description box of this podcast, so you guys can contact her, follow her on the journey. Make sure you show love, support her. Roulette A Nu is coming in. You said June 9th, right?
Yes, the fashion show, and the website is going to be on April 15th.
Hey, that's awesome. That's awesome.
It's
lit. And yeah, just like that, it's the end of the podcast. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys learned something from it. And yeah, like that, we out.
Peace.
Hey.
Now, who's hot, who not? Tell me who rock, who sell out in the stores. You tell me who flop, who cop the blue drop, who jewels got blocks, who's mostly dope down to the blue top. The same old pimp, Mace, you know ain't nothing changed but my limp. Can't stop till I see my name on the blimp. Guarantee me yourself.